Alright, so I couldn't get my Blue Yeti hooked up. Because even though I know I bought a new cable recently, I can't find it. And I don't think this microphone is working.
Alright, we're gonna do that instead. We're gonna just use the shitty computer microphone instead, because I don't have my Yeti cable. I spent like 4 hours looking for it, even though I bought one recently. I have no idea where it is. And I tried using the headset I use. I tried using the headset that I use for streaming on my Xbox, but when I plug it in to the aux spot that's supposed to be for microphones, it was barely picking me up no matter what I fiddled around with. So we're just going to do this instead. Yeah, you're going to be able to hear my clicking because I think it's just going through the computer mic, which is pissing me off, honestly. But in the words of show business, show must go on, right? You gotta make do with what you have, right? Oh. 5 minutes, Mo, come back. Nobody look at the left side. Alright, let's do 28. I like that number. Alright, music's playing, Dave's talking. Dave's hitting his knee on his table. That kind of hurt. I'm still so upset that I remember when I bought the Yeti cable and I can't find it. I turned my entire apartment over because I had to get a new cable for my Yeti, and I'm so upset that I couldn't find it. I haven't been in my apartment all week. I mean, a good streamer would have, like, just gone and bought a new one. Yeah. Oh. I didn't claim to be good. I just claimed to have fun. Do I sound at least good enough? Good enough for the show? That's all I care about. I'm just upset because my Yeti mic's very good quality mic. Cables just keep fucking disappearing on that thing. Anyways, I just have to cut all this bit out. I like this tune. Before I get started in earnest, I'm gonna have to give proper shout-outs here to my friends. Thank you all for making this possible and making this fun. And a special shout-out to my admins, Mo and Mason. Mo put together our little slideshow here because I didn't have access to my Microsoft Office anymore. Again. And Mason does all our logos and arts and designed the trophies and all. So, big round of applause in the chat. Round of applause, F for specs, any other mean things in the chat. For Mo and Mason, give it up. Woo! Lower to 32? You got it. Actually, I'm going to do 33.3 just to be a rascal. Listen, my friends Piper and Tara, who were in the Discord channel last year, at last year's CAFAs, which was just done over Discord with no visuals, they sent me a picture, because they're hanging out together this weekend. They sent me a picture that they're all set up in front of the TV. So hi, Tara and Piper. We got Soup, we got Mo, we got Mason. I sent out texts. I'll give him 5 minutes. Oh, there's Jen. Maybe I won't give him 5 minutes. Maybe I'll just start soon. Because if Jen's here, I assume that also means Ian is watching. Hopefully Crystal can join us as well. I know she's got that new puppy, though. Puppy's always a problem. Give everyone a few minutes. Everybody to say hi to each other in the chat. Twitch setup on your Xbox. Awesome. I appreciate you guys. I appreciate all my friends. Like I said, I wouldn't be doing silly stuff like this if my friends didn't find it so amusing. There he is! The Baron Von Games, official affiliate of the Corn Cob Entertainment Empire. No more squirrel jokes. Oh, hold on. Piper sent me a video.
Hi, Dave. We love you too.
We got that. Wow, it's a whole watch party going on over at Piper's Place. Hi, everybody. I appreciate you guys for tuning in. Missed you guys. We gotta hang out in the summer again. That was a lot of fun. We gotta do that again. I would say, like, soon, but, like, fuck winter. Nobody wants to, like, we can't do the fun shit we did in the summer in the winter. I mean, I love winter, though, if I'm not lying. Oh, don't worry. I haven't really started. Hey! Look at you, Jen. Now you can vote on polls. We appreciate it. Man, lively chat today. We haven't even started yet. I say at 8:40, I'll go into presenter mode. Let me get myself a glass of water here. Oh, 6:40. Whoops. No, I mean 8:40. Everybody's gonna have to sit here and listen to this tune for 2 hours. Okay. Don't get me started on Fox football broadcast, man. But you know what? It's 6:40. Why don't we start this thing? Welcome, everybody, to this Corn Academy of Film CAFA Awards show. For all the movies I watched in 2022, all the good ones, all the bad ones, celebrating everything and anything about last year's film journey. And also, our new gaming journey. As that's where we begin the best moment, as voted by you guys, the best moment from my Twitch streams.
Well, I welcome ye, lurkers, to my stream as I play Red Dead Redemption the bad way.
The comedic timing of that horse was legendary. Let's all be honest here. From Red Dead Redemption 2, welcome lurkers.
I'm sorry.
From The Last of Us, my proposal.
Yeah, I know you know where I am, and I know where you are, so let's make out. Wait, oh, I'm sorry, that slipped. Oh, I hope nobody heard that. See? That is the heat from my passion. Can't you feel it? This passion, this love.
Yeah, they will be on the quiet side.
Yes, I did. Now shut up.
A fishy situation from Hitman 3.
I know karate. Go.
Yeah? Well, what did your karate do against my fish?
Honestly, secretly, I think this one may have been my favorite because of the whole ordeal of this mission centered around this sink that I didn't let anybody shut off. I think by the end of this mission, there was like 12 people in that bathroom.
Who found the body? I closed the door. Oh, I guess I didn't.
I've got a body on the ground.
Yeah. Everything's going according to plan.
Get some, Dave.
I'm so good at blowing people.
And that's where I'm good at blowing people, my true passion. Anyways, we actually had a tiebreaker on this one. I had to go to a special tiebreaker after all the votes were tallied. And I'd like to announce that my special tiebreaker, of course, was my dear sweet mom. And Mama Corn voted for... when I ate shit off a horse. Welcome Lurkers won the votes for best Twitch moments. Thanks to the tiebreaker of dear sweet Mama Corn. And this was a decision I made right here today, literally in the shower. It was literally a shower thought. I was gonna talk about voice acting for in video games next year when I had more games under my Twitch stream belt. But then I decided, fuck it, it's my award show. If I want to give out surprise secret awards, I can do that. So, I played a lot of good games with a lot of great voice acting. I have such an appreciation for the art and voice acting. And it would be something I would love to fall into. Make use of all the stupid voices I do in my free time. But I can't win a Corny Award. But Roger Kark and Ashley Johnson can. Arthur Morgan in Red Dead is seriously one of my favorite video game protagonists ever. After playing Red Dead 2, and his performance, such a brilliant performance, especially later in the game. Spoilers. When he finds out he's dying, there's a scene that he has with a character that's a nun, and it's just a very moving scene. There's just he can finally admit that he's afraid, and it's just very well done. And then Ashley Johnson as Ellie in The Last of Us. I mean, The Last of Us is just a masterpiece of video game storytelling through and through, including its voice acting. And Ashley Johnson is such a talent. And, I mean, she's absolutely perfect as Ellie. And just, I often think about the scene where she brings up Joel's daughter, and they have that row about you don't get lost, and that's a moment right there. And, she very talented voice actress, and both of these very talented, and now they can say they proudly won an award show on the internet watched by like 10 people. So give it up for that. Woo! Speaking of video games, we have nominees for the best video game that I played in 2022. And judging by comments on Twitter, this one is hotly contested and friendships are on the line based on what I pick here. The nominees: The Last of Us, as I said, a masterpiece in video game storytelling. A game I never really thought I was going to play because I don't care about the genre. I like apocalypse, zombies, you can miss me with that. But you gotta play that game if you haven't, if you have the opportunity. It really is an opportunity. It really is. Oh, hey! Alex has joined us. Hey, Alex! We only missed a little bit, but don't worry. We're in the crux of it. Red Dead Redemption 2. Honestly, I didn't think... I held off on Red Dead because, I'll be honest, it's got a very slow open. But man, when this story gets going and you get into the character of Arthur Morgan and you start shaping the character that he is as, you know, he seeks the redemption as it's spoken about. What a great piece of storytelling. And it's long and it's deep and it's thorough. There's a little bit for everything. It's just such a good game. Like, I cannot emphasize how good Red Dead is enough. Really can't. Jedi Fallen Order. I don't know why it took me so long to play this game, considering how big of a Star Wars nerd I am. But no video game to date has done a better job at making you feel like a badass Jedi than Fallen Order. And spoiler free here, the ending of the game is absolutely incredible. It's such a great journey, and a game I love so much, and because of how much I love Star Wars, it's such a perfect game. It really is. And then this charming little game called Undertale. Another game that I can't believe took me to the year 2022 to play. As you can hear the music from Undertale playing in the background right now. I didn't play it because stylistically, it's not really what I go for typically. But having played it, you know, you gotta open your mind a little bit, because what a unique experience, and just a really brilliant little story that really moves you, really tugs at your heartstrings, and the music in that game is phenomenal. It is so good. And we all know how much I love a score and how much I love music. Of these 4 ones, Undertale is the best music. And Jedi Fallen Order is a bloody Star Wars game, which means it has Star Wars music in it. Okay? That's how good the soundtrack of Undertale is. It's so good. And the game itself is so good. It's fun. There's unique ways to play it. There's replayability. It's a bloody brilliant game. But only one of these games can be crowned the 2022 Corn Academy of Film and Gaming Award winner. And that is... Undertale. Everything I just said about it is just, it's stuck with me. This was the hardest choice I had to make on all the CAFAs. I kept going back and forth on which one I was going to pick. Between all 4 of them, honestly. Even if you go and look at my reviews and go, well, Dave, you gave 4.5 to Fallen Order. Did it really have a shot? Yes, it did. No other video game made me feel like a fucking Jedi, which is my childhood dream. And if you really want to know, if you really want to get into my thought process here, it was really tight between... I mean, it was really tight between all of them, but 2 of them were just a nudge above them in my head. Undertale, obviously, and Red Dead. And they're just so drastically different. The reason why I gave it to Undertale is because I am more likely to play Undertale again and again and again than I am Red Dead, because Red Dead is such a big, long experience, which I love. But when I finished Red Dead, it was like, whew, okay, I'm good for a while. When I finished Undertale, I'm like, I kind of want to go again. You know what I mean? And that's where the slight edge was. It was really tough, trust me. they're all four of them are amazing and worth a play. Like, there's no loser here, let's be honest. Sticking in the world of animation, we're going to give out my award for the best animated film that I watched in the year 2022. Our nominees are Grave of the Fireflies, a soul-sucking movie that is brilliant, poignant, and just... it's draining. It's so good. It's a great movie. Not every movie needs to make you feel happy when you're done watching it. In fact, not every movie should. The Iron Giant, which is a classic. Hold on, sorry, I got a drink. I was reading the chat and I got a drink. I mean, the little ending line, choose who you want to be, I'm Superman, it's such a charming little movie. It's so good, and I really like its animation style. I'm not gonna lie. Ratatouille, which I didn't think I was gonna love. I thought I was gonna be like, oh, this is good. I didn't think I was gonna love, but it's just so damn charming. It really is. It's just this charming, weird little movie about a rat chef. Like, it's just, I mean, it's charming, and I'm a big guy. I like food. And Patton Oswalt as Ratatouille. Well, as Remy. Sorry, I keep calling him Ratatouille because it's the rat Ratatouille. It's good. It's just really good. I really loved it. And then Soul, man. Woo, what a movie that was. Tina Fey is Little Lost 22. I think that was the right number, 22, right? And then Jamie Foxx, they make a great voice acting pair in this one. I really love the style and the look of Soul, too. And it's just... it's such a good movie. I really loved it. I mean, all four of these movies got 5 corn. So, like, this was a tough choice. But I had to pick one. And the winner of the best animated film goes to Ratatouille. This was, again, really hard. They're so close to each other. They really are. It's hard to pick one. I just find myself kind of like romantically thinking of this movie. Because it's just so endearing. It's, you know, the little guy against all these odds. It's just charming. It's about passion and remembering good. Like, I mean, and food is such a gateway to memories, and passion, and, you know, just like the movies that depicts with the crotchety old critic. And I don't know. It just was one of those things where it hit me that I didn't expect to be hit. It's just a charming film. Oh, I see I've made Tara pretty happy about that. Ratatouille. It looks like it was quite a popular fan pick in the chats too. It's so good, guys. Thank you for making me watch that one. And now my award for Best Actor. I've kind of forgot what order I did these things in. These acting performances are the ones that blew me away in theaters this year. Well, like I said earlier about Patton Oswalt and Ratatouille, he brings so much life and charm to that little rat. And it's why I loved big reason why I love the movie so much. And I'm such a big Patton Oswalt fan. Andrew Garfield for his performance in Tick, Tick, Boom. What an incredible movie that was. You'll see that movie nominated for a couple different awards later. Just an amazing movie and a musical to boot, which again is, like I said about The Last of Us, it's a genre that you can miss me with, if I'm honest. But that movie blew me away. And then Leonardo DiCaprio, I mean, he's brilliant in everything he does. And Don't Look Up, that's no exception. It's a movie that I think is very good. But man, did I hate watching it. Because there's no escaping. There's no escapism when you watch Don't Look Up, especially at the time when it came out, early 2021. But there's no denying the acting performances in that movie are top-notch, including DiCaprio's. And Pedro Pascal, I love almost everything Pedro Pascal appears in, which includes The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent, where he is let's see, how to describe what he is in that movie. Well, first of all, he's a Nick Cage superfan, because that's the movie that's Nick Cage is playing Nick Cage. And it's just as wild as a lot of Nick Cage movies, and it's really fun movie. And he is like super rich person, has his own screenplay, and he is suspected to be like a kingpin of a crime syndicate, but it's actually like he's the face, while his cousin, I think if it was either cousin or brother, is the one that's actually running it. But it's just weird, wacky, and over the top, just like Nick Cage, and Pedro Pascal in it is just... I love Pedro Pascal, and I think he's a brilliant supporting actor in that movie. I don't do separate awards for supporting actors, so I think it's important that I nominate somebody who was a support role, because support roles are crucial, and they're so important, and sometimes they're the performances that leave you blown away more than the leads. A la Robin Williams in Good Will Hunting, if you haven't seen it. But there can only be one CAFA winner here, and that is Andrew Garfield for Tick Tick Boom. What an incredible movie, an incredible performance. He's, I think it's David Tennant is the playwright he is portraying. I'll talk more about Tick Tick Boom later, because like I said, you're gonna see it again. I nominated it for basically everything, and that's how good of a movie I felt it was when I watched it all the way back in last January. It comes around to this January, it's still in my head of just how good of a movie Tick Tick Boom was. And plus, I think his Spider-Man performance is underappreciated. Those movies are bad, but he was good. And now, for the Best Actress of movies I watched in 2022, I have Natalie Portman for her role in Love and Thunder, Elizabeth Olsen for Multiverse of Madness, oh yeah, his singing blew me away in that movie. Tina Fey for her role in Soul, and Jennifer Lawrence from Don't Look Up, which I already discussed how I think that movie is hard to watch, great, but the acting of that movie is what drives it. Her character is the one that really stood out to me the most in her portrayal in that movie. I think Tina Fey is just amazing in general and really funny, and her voice acting in Soul is just really good. I think there was a lot of chemistry there, and that's hard to achieve. Sometimes voice acting can be hard to achieve nice chemistry, and I think there was good chemistry there between her and Jamie Foxx in the voicing, and it's really important. I agree with you, Freya. Multiverse of Madness is not as good as I wanted it to be. I don't remember what I said it was. It's one of those movies that I really liked it when I watched it, and then I thought about it more, and then I watched it again, and I'm like, it's fine. But, yes, Elizabeth Olsen as the Scarlet Witch in this one is, whew, it's so good. It's dark. She's the villain. It's a really good portrayal of a tortured soul, and it's really good. It's especially really good by comic book movie acting standards. Yeah, and also shout out for her in WandaVision. WandaVision was a delight. What a good show. Did you see a wild crystal appear? I don't see her in the chat. But back to Natalie Portman in Love and Thunder, another movie that I absolutely loved when I watched it in theaters, and then when I watched it again, it's meh. It's just fine. Yeah, let the liquors lurk fun. But I just like giving a shout out to Natalie Portman. I think she's very, very talented. And I also think she was very good at Jane Foster in this movie. And, you know, you gotta love the mighty Thor appearing on cinema. And I'm a big fan of Taika Waititi, the director. But, you know, I think Love and Thunder may have been a little too much Taika in retrospect. But who is our winner? Who is going to be the proud owner of an internet picture that, unlike NFTs, is not a scam? Jennifer Lawrence for her role and Don't Look Up. I'm not going to lie, I slept on Jennifer Lawrence, and I'm now going to look up some other Jennifer Lawrence movies after seeing this and watch more of her movies. Because I watched The Hunger Games, the first one, way back in the day, and not only did I think that movie was bad, I know, unpopular opinion, but I didn't think it was well acted at all. With the exceptions of Woody Harrelson and Elizabeth Banks. I thought their characters were very interesting and dynamic on screen. However, I thought everybody else was not very well acted. But actors grow and get better at their craft the more they appear in movies, and like I said, I'm owning it right now. I slept on J-Law's career. I watched this movie. Her performance stood out above anything else in the movie. And I'm now a convert, and I do need to watch more stuff where J-Law is in the lead, because it was a phenomenal performance in Don't Look Up. I'll own it. Is he... Oh, sorry, Freya. And now to hand out some bad news. Not every movie I watched in 2022 is good. In fact, going through it, there was a lot more movies that I thought were bad or disappointing than I thought that were really great. Tara is not pleased with my Hunger Games hot take. Oh, sorry, Tara. It wasn't my thing. I mean, I should give it another shot, because full disclosure, when I did watch it, life was not great. But that's another story for another time. There was a lot of films that disappointed me in 2022, so this was really hard to cut down to 4. Let's start off with another one I watched in January, and when I got reminded that I did watch this movie, I was so disappointed in it. Licorice Pizza. I mean, it was critically acclaimed, which I know most people a lot of people will say critic takes don't matter, but I'm also one of those critics that don't matter. But also, and I typically find myself aligning more with critic scores in general, because I like a lot of those movies that are critic bait, or Oscar bait. I like a lot of those movies. I love film and cinema. I like a lot of different movies, as you can see by all the high scores I give out. So I was expecting to really like this one, and I don't. It is the most unrealistic... Oh, thanks, Alex. Mo put in a lot of great work, so thanks to Los Mojo TV. First of all, it has the most unrealistic portrayal of a high school senior that I have ever seen in film. Secondly, it has a problematic love story, because it is a 16 or 17-year-old boy and a girl that is older. So, problematic. And I just couldn't ignore that. Because and it's not even just like they meet outside. Spoiler for a disappointing movie, and it's right at the beginning of the movie. She's working for a company that's taking the school pictures. That's how they meet. And I mean, he's the most insistently annoying character on planet Earth, but they also it's still like a love story between them. And also, the title Licorice Pizza. You can miss me with that. That's disgusting. Halloween ends. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Yes, thanks, Mason. You did a lot of great work, too. No, I wouldn't be anywhere without you, buddy. You know that. Thanks to Mason and Bo. Halloween Ends. I don't even want to talk about it. It's so bad! And, like, I don't just try to put bad movies in disappointment. Like, there has to be something that actually disappoints me about it. And Halloween Kills was also bad. So my expectations weren't high. But in one of my favorite GIFs, and it's a clip from Malcolm in the Middle, is I expected nothing and I'm still disappointed. Like, I expected nothing and I was still let down by Halloween Ends. It's so bad. Twilight Breaking Dawn Part 2. Again, another one where I wasn't enjoying the Twilight series, but I'm putting it up here in biggest disappointment. Because its twist ending is so dumb, so disappointing, that it deserves to be a contender for biggest disappointment. Like I said 5 seconds ago, I try to avoid just putting bad movies here. There has to be something that actually disappoints me about the movie. And we have this epic battle scene where, I mean, it's kind of cool. The cinematography is probably the best that Twilight's ever been, which is not saying a lot because Twilight has really bad cinematography. But, like, it's something, and characters are dying, and, like, it's like, there's finally some weight and consequences to this story and action, and then... boop! Nope. Just kidding. It was a bad dream. Bye. Roll credits. Like, what the fuck? What are we doing here? Why? It just made it feel like the entire series was a waste of time. And Black Adam. I was so disappointed in Black Adam that I didn't even write a review when I watched it. Mostly because the last time I watched a new movie and gave it a bad review, I got a real bunch of annoying Twitter replies and didn't really want to... Not that I care, I just didn't really want to deal with them. So I didn't write my review about Black Adam. But what a letdown, man. Like, Shazam was fun. Shazam was like, DC's having fun. And then Black Adam is like, DC, again, can't decide what it wants to be. It can't decide if it wants to be fun or if it wants to be serious. Like, The Rock is trying to be serious, but they're like doing some silly comments about other heroes. And also it's the superhero C-Team that goes to try to stop Black Adam. There is only one positive thing I can say about Black Adam, and that's Pierce Brosnan as Dr. Fate. Very nice. Enjoyed that. Anything else in the movie? Miss me with it. But only one of these incredibly disappointing movies can take home the cake. And the winner of the biggest wet fart is Halloween Ends. Just what a dumb movie. It's just so bad. And I love Halloween. Like, even the bad Halloweens, I find stuff to love. Most of them. Like, Halloween, it's either it's Resurrection that has Busta Rhymes in it. That movie's terrible, but it has Busta Rhymes in it, so it's funny and silly. You love Dwayne's performance as himself. Really, it really was Dwayne playing Dwayne. But yeah, Halloween Ends is just so dumb. It's so dumb. I have it nominated for Worst Film, so I'll actually get into why it's dumb later. And now for the movie that surprised me for different reasons. And all of these are good movies. See, it has the good gold bright trophy because this is a good category to be nominated for. Bridge to Terabithia. Really surprised at how much I liked a Disney Channel movie. And also really surprised that a Disney Channel movie had a plot moment that left you empty inside. Thanks for explaining to me like that. I didn't everything about this movie was not what I expected it to be when I got a request to watch this movie and saw that it was like it was like just a Disney live action movie from that era where they had a lot of those movies. I just thought, okay, we're gonna follow our boilerplate script here, and we did not. We very much did not, and I enjoyed it. Sonic 2, again, I didn't expect to enjoy it. I mean, I expected it to just be fun. The first movie was just fun, but I didn't expect it. But it was like I didn't expect Sonic 2 to be good. I just kind of expected it to be another fun time at the movie theater with my sister because I know she'd want to see it. And this one was better than the first one. It's genuinely. Yeah, this one was better than the first one. I enjoyed Jim Carrey's ridiculous Eggman. Idris Elba as Knuckles was delightful voice casting, and a shout out to Ben Schwartz as Sonic. He's very good voicing Sonic, and like I said, it's better than the first one, which again was surprising in how much I enjoyed it. I hope these movies continue to surprise me. Tick, Tick, Boom. I love, like I said before, during Andrew Garfield's performance, I loved this movie. I thought, and why it's here and biggest surprise is because I don't really get into musicals. I enjoy going to seeing live productions of musicals, like Les Mis. I saw a great Les Mis production. The Book of Mormon is one of the funniest things I've ever gone to see. But for whatever reason, my enjoyment doesn't translate when I'm watching a musical on film. I don't know why. It's a different experience, and I just find it less enjoyable. Except this movie was goddamn incredible. Oh, I'm sorry, not David Tennant, Jonathan Larson. Duh, I can't believe I got that one wrong. Edit it out. Edit it out. But yes, Tick, Tick, Boom is, and it's such a clever story. I do want to see a production of Tick, Tick, Boom. I would love to see if there's a production of that going around. It's phenomenal. And then Hunt for the Wilder People. Hello, Taika Waititi. The New Zealander directed this one, who now is in charge of Thor, the last two Thor movies. This is such a delightful little movie. It was on Netflix, and hopefully it still is, so you can check it out. With Sam Neill, who you should know, all of you, from Jurassic Park. If you don't know him from Jurassic Park, go watch Jurassic Park now. That is one of my all-time favorite movies. I'm talking about the original Jurassic Park. Every other Jurassic Park can be thrown in the bin, except Lost World. Lost World is fine. Every other Jurassic Park can be thrown in the bin. But Hunt for the Wilder People, it's an endearing father-son, odd couple story. He's a the kid's a foster child. Sam Neill, his wife adopted him, and then his wife passed away early in the movie. And they're lost in the woods, and they're being pursued, I think, essentially by like Child Protective Services. And like he's like this whole missing thing, but they're like together, just living in the woods, like off the grid. I don't remember off the top of my head why or what started it, but essentially, it's an odd couple, father-son story where they come together in common ground and find endearing things about each other, and it's a good story. Oh, I think, yeah. Our flag means death. I haven't seen that. And the winner for the biggest surprise award goes to Tick, Tick, Boom! Because like I said, musicals, I don't enjoy them on film typically. But I was completely floored and blown away with how much I love this movie. The music in it is incredible. Andrew Garfield can sing. Everyone in that movie can sing. The performances in that movie are great. If you haven't seen Tick, Tick, Boom, go watch it. Especially all my fellow creative artist types. we'll all find something to enjoy watching Tick Tick Boom. Jonathan Larson's story is an incredible story of endurance, creativity, and passion. He also did Rent. And now it's time to award some shame. The worst movie that I watched in the year 2022. There were a lot of contenders, and I'm going to speak passionately about my hatred for all of these. Halloween Ends. The plot is stupid. There's this stupid, weird, sort of pseudo love story in it, and then also this weird dude becomes Michael Myers' mentor for reasons, and then Michael Myers is just like, oh, I'm gonna come back full power, I guess. I was weak before. Like, this lame-ass MFer beats up and steals Michael Myers' mask at one point. Like, what are we doing here? This is not why any of us are watching a Halloween film. We don't care. It's like they were halfway, it's like they started the movie, it's like trying to set up some new person, and then they just killed them anyways. I guess to say that evil can live within anybody, but it's just fucking awful movie. I think I saw an article where the director said they were making a love story, and that was just fucking terrible. That movie sucks. Breaking Dawn Part 1. Like I said, I didn't like Twilight. This one is the worst one. It's boring. It's dull. It goes nowhere. And then it's just... bleh. I hated this one. Genuinely. Like the other one, a lot of the other ones, I just was bored. But they had good moments. Okay, yeah, it's tweens, but there can be good tween movies. This one isn't one of them. This one is bad. It's a bad movie. It's a bad movie. I'm judging movies not based upon my enjoyment of them, solely on my enjoyment on them, but their quality of storytelling, and this one is the most boring one here. Oh, yeah, Nessie. You nicknamed my daughter after the Loch Ness Monster. Home! What a pile of shit this was. This movie is bad. It's very bad. It's Jim Parsons, who's fine, but he has a very specific, weird, nerdy voice, which is fine in doses. But really, this movie, I remember watching it, and I remember thinking, I don't know how much of it she was involved in, but it felt really like a Rihanna vanity project, because the woman in that poster, right there, the little girl in that poster, is voiced by Rihanna, and almost all of the music are Rihanna songs, and it's just it's just bad. It felt like they made like special concessions to try to get Rihanna in the cast just so that they could say that it had Rihanna as a voice for this movie, but it doesn't do anything. It's just a bad movie. And then, of course, it's Morbin time. Jared Leto sucks. The best thing about this movie is the memes were so popular that Sony thought it meant people liked this movie, and they brought it back. And when they brought it back, it averaged about $9 per movie theater. They brought it back in. Just absolutely comedy gold money this movie brought in. It's so bad. It's Morbin time. It's Morbin time. I mean, it's bad. The visual effects are bad. The story is bad. The acting is not good. I mean, but if you just want to see the best scene of Morbius, just look up Morbius dancing. and it's Matt Smith dancing, and it's I remember when I was watching it in theaters, I knew nothing about the movie going in, and I saw that scene, and I literally said out loud in a movie theater, "What the fuck am I watching?" It's so bad, which is why it is the hands down winner of the worst movie of 2022. It's just terrible. And honestly, that's my favorite, like you guys said, that's my favorite part about Morbius, gaslighting the producers into having a second failure. This is terrible. This movie is terrible. Terrible, 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 terrible. I knew it was going to be bad, and it's just terrible. It's bad storytelling, bad acting, bad visual effects, bad cinematography, bad everything. It is bad on every level of filmmaking. Go watch it. And now, so our positive notes here. The best film that I watched in 2022. Don't Look Up, which, like I said, I hated watching. Because there was no escapism. It just felt real. It felt like it was what we were watching in the world, and I hated it. However, it's a good movie with great acting. So I can't knock it just because it made me uncomfortable to watch it. The goddamn Batman. If I had done superhero category again like I did last year, this would have been the hands down winner of the best superhero movie. But I didn't do a superhero award this year because honestly the superhero movies were mid. With the exception of the Batman. I thought good old Robert Pattinson was excellent as Batman in this movie. And who would have thought that choosing the Riddler would have been a good choice? Because, I mean, if we're all honest here, the Riddler sucks. I never said Robert Pattinson can't act. I said Twilight is terrible. The unbearable weight of massive talent. I enjoy how ludicrous this movie is, and if you guys enjoy ludicrous Nick Cage movies, go watch this movie, because this is as ludicrous and Nick Cagey as it gets. And it's just fun. And, yeah, it's fun. It's silly, it's wacky, it's got a stupid plot, and it's Nick Cage is Nick Cage, but that's what makes it great. And oh look, it's Tick Tick Boom again. What a surprise. What haven't I said about Tick Tick Boom yet in my feelings for it? It's just such an incredible movie. And it's like, if Andrew Garfield wasn't properly on your acting radar, watch this movie. Garfield can act, and he can sing. This movie is very good. And it was a directorial debut for Lin-Manuel. And we all love Hamilton. And this was his film directorial debut. And I think he did excellent. Which is why Tick Tick Boom is my winner for the best movie I watched. I watched it in January of last year. And it stuck with me all the way to next January amongst a sea of 60-some-odd movies, 50, 60 movies that I watched throughout the year. Nothing ended up topping Tick Tick Boom. It moved me. It really moved and motivated me. Because I also see myself as that fledgling artist that never got off the ground. And this movie is it's before he wrote Rent. and he's in the middle of writing another play, another musical. So the Tick, Tick, Boom is a musical Jonathan Larson wrote about his process of writing a rock opera. So when his rock opera doesn't get picked up, he then wrote Tick, Tick, Boom, which then got picked up and got popular, which then led to him making Rent. So it's such an endearing movie about sticking with your passions, following your passions, letting your heart guide you, and sticking with your art. And it's just, and it's very, very good, and it's introspective, and I think all my fellow artists and creative types should watch this movie, and I think anybody should watch this movie in general. If you haven't watched it yet, it deserves it. It deserves to be watched. It deserves to be praised. Andrew Garfield deserves praise. And Jonathan Larson, rest in peace. You were brilliant. You were a brilliant shining star that unfortunately went out too early. But your legacy lives on in plays like Tick, Tick, Boom, Rent, and Andrew Garfield did you justice. I cannot praise this movie enough. I know this basically turned into the Tick, Tick, Boom award show. But after reviewing all the movies that I watched, I kept Animated separately because it has its own separate award. And I just like to do that. But in terms of live action movies, Tick, Tick, Boom was head and shoulders above anything else I watched this in the past year. Really, really was. I will say, though, 2023 is off to a strong start with Brendan Fraser and The Whale. If I had seen The Whale in December when it came out, we could be having a different conversation right now. Because Brendan Fraser and The Whale was incredible. Why am I talking about it now? Because I think people should go watch that movie. Because Brendan Fraser is one of the most delightful people in Hollywood. And I'm so glad to see him back up after getting wrongfully blacklisted after all his bullshit. We'll just call it, just to keep it clean here. But Brendan Fraser deserves all the love, praise, and support that he can from just lowly folks like us. But seriously though, The Whale is such a fantastic movie. And so is Tick, Tick, Boom. Would it be The Whale? I don't know. That's a question I never have to answer because I watched The Whale in January. But for 2022, the best movie that I watched was Andrew Garfield in Tick, Tick, Boom. By far the best musical movie I've ever seen. I'll say that for sure. And tonight's presentation was brought to you by these three chuckle fucks. Lost Mojo TV's name didn't end up under her picture. Oops. That's me, Mason, and Mo. I love it. Make sure you guys are following us. Those are our Twitters. Make sure you're following all of us on Twitch. Make sure to follow all of my friends here on Twitch. Everybody here. The Baron Von Games. Which, Freya, what's yours? Freya Archie. Freya also streams. We never cross paths, though, because our work schedules are exact opposites. I always see the notification of Freya streaming when I'm at work. But every now and then, I pop in to bother Freya. Enjoy, and we all do great things, all enjoyable things. I hope you guys all follow us, all join us, and I thank you guys all for joining me, so much so that you guys even get your own slide. Thank you guys. These are all my Twitch followers. Well, thank you everybody for following me here on Twitch. If you're not following me on Twitch, just make an account, follow me. Please, I'm begging you. I'm so lonely. But seriously though, thank everybody for joining me today. Man, so many people were joining today. We had such a lively chat. I hope everybody had a good time. I hope everybody is not mad at me for my opinions about movies. I hope everybody is happy with the winners. If you're not, please send me passionate emails as to why my movie tastes are bad and wrong and incorrect. And we'll see you all again next year, 2023. Corn Academy of Film Awards will be January of 2024 because we have to be confusing, just like sports games. I had a lot of fun. I'm glad you guys all joined me here today. I appreciate you guys so much. I don't know what I'm going to do now. But I hope you guys tune in to see what's next. Oh, yes, we have a website. Yes, I forgot. Almost thank you, Mason, for putting it in the chat. I forgot. Mason put it into the chat. corncob.wixsite.com/entertainment. Please use that website. I want to shift to using that website more because on that website you can submit movie requests, gaming requests for me to watch and play in the future. You can read all my past reviews. They're all on there in one nice, convenient place. Mason put in a lot of work on that website, and he's such a mad lad that he's the one that asked me if he could make a website. I'm like, hey man, go nuts. So please go on the website to request movies, and please follow me on Twitter at OffTheHusk. Follow me here at Twitch. And until next time, in the meantime and in between time, keep poppin', all my lovely kernels. Now please, close the stream. Close it! Close it! Good night, everybody.